This week on Inside Boulder News. October 8th marks the third year the city celebrates Indigenous Peoples Day. Find out what's in store. Big plans are in the works for University Hill's alleyways. And check out what this Boulder preschool is harvesting. Welcome to Inside Boulder News, your source for all things Boulder. I'm Jocelyn Avendaño. From October 6th through October 8th, Boulder will hold a series of events as part of its annual Indigenous Peoples Day celebration. Boulder's celebration is part of a national effort to recognize and honor the culture and contributions of the original inhabitants of North America on the day that for the past 84 years has been observed as Columbus Day. Indigenous Peoples Day was established by the city of Boulder in 2016 and became the 14th city in the U.S. to adopt this day.
October 8th will be our third year, and we're looking forward to bringing together our community to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day all across the city.
What we'd like to see with the events of Indigenous Peoples Day is to hopefully educate the public and shine light on the hidden history of the city and its Indigenous peoples, but also celebrate and show the cultural heritage of Indigenous people.
Starting October 6th, local organizations along with the City of Boulder will come together to share knowledge about the Indigenous community. The celebration will be over a 3-day span with events all over the city.
The American Indian Youth Leadership Institute and the young people have been involved in a photography project all summer. It's called Indigenize Your Eyes. So we will have a display of photos at some of the schools as well. And the students who participated had an opportunity to attend a workshop in the summer by Josue Rivas and gain some tips from professional photographers.
Indigenize Your Eyes is a participatory photography project created to raise awareness of the history and current status of American Indians in Boulder. Photographs will be showcased at various locations around the city, such as the Boulder Main Library and the Museum of Boulder. Another event planned for this celebratory weekend is called Welcome the Arapaho People Home.
We will have activities that feature the kinds of things that the Arapaho people want to share with people of Boulder Valley. It's going to be very interactive. So we'll start with some opening ceremonies and we'll have some speeches by some of our leaders here in Boulder, Suzanne Jones and Mary Young, who's been reading our resolution, or the city's resolution.
Other festivities include intertribal dances, songs, movies, and workshops involving Native Americans. For more details and a full list of events going on during Indigenous Peoples Day, please visit the website seen on your screen. The Hill Alley's commercial enhancement plan, modeled after 2 other Colorado cities, was developed to increase opportunities for greater economic vitality, safety, and an appealing place to visit. Part of that includes the waste bins located along the alleyways. We spoke to Hill Community Development Coordinator Sarah Webenson to see how the city is working with Hill property owners to make this plan a reality. These alleys within the University Hill commercial area are narrow and are used heavily by commercial and residential properties alike. Over time, the intense use of the Hill's alleyways has led to clutter and deterioration of the alley's public appeal. To change that, the city has begun a public-private partnership with Hill commercial property owners.
The second pilot that we're starting is by consolidating dumpsters. We have a lot of dumpsters that are illegally occupying the right-of-way and taking up a lot of the space and making it hard to pass through.
In efforts of eliminating this, the city is helping property owners work together by having businesses bring their trash to a common facility with waste enclosures that are not only bear-proof, but have private access as well.
It brings down illegal dumping, it gets people into compliance with composting and zero waste requirements, and it also just makes it less attractive to graffiti and other kind of unsightly problems with the alley.
The Department of Community Vitality is currently working with the city's Zero Waste program to provide funding for a waste enclosure pilot on one of the Hill's popular alleys.
We help with the design of the enclosure, and then the property owners will actually construct the enclosures on private property that they can then maintain and have private agreements with the other business owners.
While the pilot is underway, the city will continue working with property owners to become compliant with having trash on private property. They'll also be working with local waste haulers in town to determine just how many enclosures are needed along the alleyways to open up as much space as possible.
We are working with just the property owners here to start and try out this pilot of the waste consolidation. And depending on how this goes, we will implement it in other parts of the alleys as well.
More information on the city's Hill Alleys Commercial Enhancement Plan can be found on the website displayed on your screen. Childhood obesity is on the rise nationwide. Roughly 20% of children and teens aged 2 to 19 are considered obese. In an effort to prevent this epidemic, the Children's House Preschool in Boulder has harvested a healthy alternative.
We wrote a grant and put in for a complete program where the children would not only get to plant the seeds and water them and harvest them, but also afterwards get to cook all the vegetables.
Michael Nucky is the executive director at Children's House Preschool and is a recipient of the city's Health Equity Fund. Thanks to this, the school, who serves mainly low-income families, was able to place a vegetable garden right outside their school door.
Food habits get set at a really young age, and the younger you can get children trying different foods and tasting all the different flavors and realizing that vegetables are actually good and tasty, you're going to be able to change their food habits for a lifetime.
Not only has the garden provided the opportunity for kids to learn about vegetables, but it has turned into an outdoor classroom where children get to learn about a variety of subjects.
When they set up, like when they were planting seeds, they were like measuring, we would look at the packets that would say how far between the rows had to be, and we got out a large ruler so they could then sit there and work out sort of where to plant the rows of the different seeds.
Though the garden has been at the Children's House Preschool for a short time, teachers are already noticing the impact.
Children bring their own lunches, and you see as their lunches change, as they want more healthy food, they're calmer children when they're in the classroom, but they also have the energy to go out and be active.
Boulder's Police Department invites you to come and share a cup of joe and just talk. The event is called Coffee with a Cop, and it provides community members the opportunity to ask questions and learn about the police department's work in Boulder neighborhoods. Community members are encouraged to have conversations about what matters most to them. The very first Coffee with a Cop will be held on Tuesday, October 9th from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Starbucks located at 2770 Pearl Street. Everyone in the community is invited to attend. Pollinator Appreciation Month is almost to its end, but we couldn't close out September without showing our pollinators a little love. Boulder's closing out the month with this buzzworthy event. The 4th annual Bee Boulder Festival will take place this Saturday, September 29th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Boulder Central Park. The event is free and will feature live entertainment by Jeff and Paige, activities, and a chance for kids to win prizes. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Inside Boulder News. If you have pictures, news tips, or events you'd like to see featured, we'd love to hear from you. Connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe. Have a good week.